I will now show how to put a jointed resin BJD hand on Angel Philia. So this hand's 1/4 scale from resin sole, and the skin tone is normal, and the Angel Philia, this one is white, super white, kind of very white. So I think the match is okay. Probably could be just on a like not so whitish skin, more kind of into normal. It's very straightforward, very easy. So just take the original arm or hand, forearm out, keep that. So we'll need the hand, the hook. If you haven't got a hook, that's okay. In fact, you can make it from the paper clip, which I did so many times for my MSD size dolls when I didn't have a hook. Then you need Chupa Chups stick, or you can just buy this, actually like a lolly stick I bought a long time ago in Poundland, I think. Or you can use the bamboo skewer. Just cut the size you need. I would say probably we need that. Let's say let's cut that much for now because it's easier to put it in. And then you take the maple tape, and you can use this sellotape, but maple got more grip to it, or micropore even, maple, micropore, whatever was available. And just wrap around until you get the right thickness. If you got a dowel of the thickness like that, yeah, go for it, but you still probably need to wrap to get some grip, or you can maybe use the hot glue to build up if you got no tape at home. That's fine. So there's two ways I'm going to show you how to attach the jointed hand. There is a dowel way and just the elastic band way. I think this might be enough actually. Just cut it off. Yeah, that's just enough. So we don't need that much really, because when it stretches, you see it's gonna show. So you can actually cut quite a lot from here. It doesn't matter. So take it back. Then you, on the side, which you're gonna insert back into the hole, just make a snip in the middle with something sharp. Don't cut your hands. Just to, you know. So then you take the elastic band. It's you can use the small tiny bands. So you know, there used to be the loom bands or something for kiddies. Because I want it a bit more tight, so I'm gonna double it up. Then I'm gonna insert it in this little indent we made. Just try to insert it so it kind of stays in there. There you go, it's in. Then just put this in, screw it in a little bit, and then take a ribbon to thread it through. And then when it's in, actually, when the hand is attached, it's not going to be that much tension, but you can make a stance as you wish. But I think if it's less tension, then it's more articulation. So, and then put it in. There you go. Probably need a bit of a pushing there. Another thing, make sure it doesn't touch that. The hook sometimes can touch the dowel inside, and that's why it doesn't kind of go in properly. But that's better now, so that's fine. Yeah, it's went in. You see, so that's good. So you go. you got hands jointed. Excuse, there is no hand. This is Mona, by the way. Mona 02, version 2, and she's currently with the face up artist, so she's getting her face done, because default face up got bored a little bit. Here you go, hands done as promised. So the option number 2, I just took this back apart. It's when you don't use dowel at all, and you literally, probably for this purpose, you need to use the elastic like that. The hat one, I think, is 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters, I think, wide, and you kind of loop it. I don't know if you can see, there is between the joints, between this joint and that rod, you kind of got a thing where you can actually put it inside that, wrap it around basically, so it stays secure, and then you just use the ribbon again. It is less secure, though you can secure it on top with other band and wrap it around, so it will stay more secure in here, in this kind of part in between the two. And you do it the same way basically, so you thread through and you then put the forearm in and attach and hook it on the loop. But it's not going to be not as secure, I would say, as with a dowel. So your choice, but like I said, for photo session, I think that's, if you don't intend to keep the jointed hands, because although the jointed hands are great, I thought once, in fact I changed all my BJDs now back to normal hands, because they're pain, and constantly trying to arrange them, they get twisted and all that, and look unnatural. If you miss something on the photograph, they look kind of, you know, one of them kind of turned like that. It's like, oh dear. So I have to watch them quite closely, so that's why I give up and I just use normal hands. And I mean, sometimes that's fine if you want to kind of emphasize something, but for me, I prefer these hands anyway. Okay, stains. The pain of my life, or when it comes to vinyl, in particular to Angel Philia. Dolphins, smut dolls don't stain as bad as Angel Philia's due to their vinyl type of softer material, I think. And this particular girl is actually Nana Say, which is not even a year old, I think. She had some absolutely horrendous stains on her backside. They were all, I don't know how she got them. I think I laid her on the surface, I think on my printer, but obviously I don't think it was that dirty printer. I'm using quite regularly. So, and she had all the black here stains, though I noticed them quite quickly, so probably within a week. And as you can see, it's all clear now. Well, there is some kind of still tiny ones which I think they're kind of not as bad, and you probably can't even see them on camera. But anyway, the stains she have on her bottom, I used non-acetone, this particular brand, Queso manicure, and I think it's a professional actually. It's very good for your nails, by the way. It stinks like acetone, but actually there's no acetone in there. And so that's the one. Non-acetone nail polish remover. Though saying that, unfortunately I left a dark wig on her for a long time, and what's happened is she's almost new cooked dough. Well, not even a year old. That is horrific, right? This this one didn't touch it. I haven't got Occitan, and I don't intend to remove it because I think that's not removable at all. Whatever tips they have in online saying, oh, it's worked on my doll, this Oxy-10, leave it for 3 days in a warm place, wrap it up, top it up. It doesn't work on this vinyl for some reason. I used not Oxy-10, to use something tan as well, which got 10% of peroxide, but it didn't touch it. So I don't know whether I'm doing something wrong. It didn't work for me, so I kind of even not gonna bother about it because it's covered by the wig. But my experience with the fresh stains, if it's fresh stain, this definitely gonna do something. I'm gonna lift it. Right, so we move into our big bust beauties. So this is Ramia. She is not as big bust as some Angel Philia come with. And the bigger the bust, the more painful it is to make clothes for them or cover their beautiful chest. So the best way to deal with big busts, I found, this is personal experience, and I tried many things. And the best way to deal with it is do the wrap type tops and not the probably fitted ones. You can make obviously the cups of the size, but when you make the cups, because it's a doll, it doesn't have that kind of fluidity of movement as a human. When you make a cups, it looks odd, especially on the big busted girls. So what I came up with for my big bust beauty is obviously going to be either stretchy fabric dresses with the low cut, and then the problem is when you cover this bust, they look like doll got like a little wardrobe in front of them. Really, it doesn't have any shape to them. There is just, that's what it is, unless it's a translucent or transparent fabric. So what I found is you can see it's a wrap top, and you can wrap it up in many different ways. You know, your creativity basically will stop you only, nothing else. You see, so that's twisted. Tonality, excuse me. So what you see here is the stitched up jersey fabric in that wicked shape. I don't know if you can fit the camera. You can do it from any jersey, because if you make it from cotton, it's not gonna hugging that well. I didn't even bother with the overlocker because it's a jersey. So, and different ways to wrap it up. I mean, again, that's just such a, it's a bit strange angle for me to do it, but you can either start under the bars, then twist and turn and do all sorts. Maybe twist it here even, and tie in the back. So there's many ways then you can. Another hack of observation, if you wish, is that Angel Philia shoes, finding them is a bit problematic unless you buy the Bitsu one. So this actually is the shoes from the porcelain doll, and this the one which bit, not the big one but the smaller one. So it's very basic, but I mean it looks just right for this particular outfit. It's like yoga pants I made, or ninja pants, and that's one option. Plenty of them on AliExpress, by the way. And Another option is this plastic shoes. You can decorate them later. They for 1/4 scale ABS doll, available on AliExpress. So they also plastic, but they kind of soft plastic here. So you can cut this whole thing away. Just make it into the sandal without the back or something. Anything, decorate, put the ribbons around it, use the fabric, glue it. And they also, for IBS dolls, they fit very well because they stretch here. You don't need anything else, you just push it in. I'll leave the link in the description bar for them. Done. And they look pretty good. So you go. Where do I find patterns to make clothes for Angel Philia? So the busts, not the big busts, well, ish. Maybe like probably in Angel Philia world is quite a medium-sized bust. I think it's not C, it's C3. I don't remember really, but it's quite the same as the Ramia one. Exactly the same as the Ramia one. So these busts, you can use Smart Doll pattern, which is available for free on the Smart Doll website. Free patterns for everything, like starting from the school uniform and things like that, t-shirt. They fit the bust of that size. The small bust or the flat bust or very small bust, MSD clothes will fit fine for the top. For the hips of these dolls, they will have again Smart Doll clothes or SD size 10, 13, 10 stretchy, 13 perfect. Only because they're quite wide here, but then it comes down to the waist circumference, which is a bit smaller. So to get your things through the hips, I mean, they're quite, if the doll uses soft, that's no problem. But the Ramia, for instance, got hard hip because it's a different kind of vinyl. So definitely check out the Smart Doll shorts or any clothes really will fit fine on the bottom for Angel Philia. And one more lesson which I learned the hard way. Luckily I was able to remove the stains with non-acetone type nail polish remover, is try to not handle your doll when you got nail varnish, not the gel but normal nail varnish. I mean, when I say try not to handle, try not to use your nails when you pick the doll up or dress or something, because if you scrape the vinyl, especially the soft one, maybe hard is fine, but when if you scrape it, even the sealed nail varnish leaves the mark. Any questions? Happy to answer in the comments. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day.